So I've always found basing to be a bit of a challenge, especially when you play something like guard or need horde armies when you've got hundreds to do. And I found an easy way to do it to be quite an effective method as well. So this is Instamould, and you put it in a pan of boiling water, put it around whatever it is you want to mould, and I put it around this, which is a piece of Warhammer castle. You don't have to use something as maybe like this. I made this as a positive template out of bits of 40k scenery. I've used the Instamould that I had here on something else now, so I haven't got it to show you, but obviously you can see maybe I've had to trim a few little bits off just so that the mould is a bit more effective. And then this is green stuff. When you mix equal parts together, it does become green, and you pop it on a base like that. There's my stamp, and I bunch it down like that, which does take a little bit of effort. So for the next 10 seconds the video is speeded up because I don't want to get too tedious. One thing I haven't done here is put a release agent on the mould, and you can use water. Sometimes I just use a spit if I'm just doing one, just to help the bases come off. So I did have to cut the vid there because it was a bit of an effort. I did start making a few zoo-like noises, which you didn't want to hear. So make sure then when you put it down, when you push these down, the green stuff does overflow the edge of the base, or you'll end up with a blank spot that you'll have to disguise somehow there. Doesn't matter, because with this very scalpel I can trim the edge off and make it look neat and tidy. You don't have to leave it on there to dry, so you can mass produce them. Let's see if I can get one off without it embarrassingly. There we go. Ooh, it's all right, I suppose. Sticking. Now what I didn't show was that I scored the bases, in that I sanded the top of the plastic base a little bit just to key it up and make sure this green stuff sticks. The stamp itself, or template, or negative, whatever you want to call it, is big enough to do a 60mm base. This is one that I'll use for land speeders. And then you just have to give it several hours to dry. So here's a small detachment of the Emperor's monkey men aboard their Storm, and if I whip it off you'll see how I've used a 60mm base for this Storm. To paint it, it's not really showing up great actually on the video, but like a dark grey, like a slate grey originally, then a green wash, homemade green wash to go into the recesses to denote like something like moss, which grows in between cobblestones, and then a light grey dry brush over the top. Is another attachment of the rest of the chaps. While the green stuff is soft, you can actually get the model you want to go on the base and just stamp his feet in there just to make a nice, easy to glue surface.